to make a video. So I haven't picked up my phone camera like to vlog or whatever in a couple weeks. Yeah, I know what I said. I know that I said that I wanted to become a YouTuber and make money off of that and just like inspire people to live their lives, you know? So what I think I'm gonna do, because after like a couple weeks had passed, I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna upload any of this. But if you're seeing this, that means I probably decided to like compile all of the videos into one and just make it a mashup of like some pretty exciting times for the most part. I didn't film like all of the exciting times that I've had in the last like couple weeks, but I wanted to make a video because I was feeling inspired. I just finished my first pole class probably since 2020, and before that I hadn't taken many classes. Like I think I'd taken like 2 or 3, and I have so much, like, I feel like I have a lot of unpacking to do after that class. So basically I got there a little bit late, but I called ahead of time to let them know I would be a little late. I was trying to shave my legs, I washed my hair, I was trying to feel like cute and like a little sexy and like empowered and confident and stuff. But so I got there, everybody was really cool. I love that because some of the classes that I've been to before, the energy is just like off. Like people are too serious. Like, come on guys, we're twerking on a pole. Like, have some fun, lighten up. But I mean, it's okay if they take it serious, that's fine. But it also felt more like I don't know, just like a negative energy, like I'm better than you because I've been taking pole classes for blah 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 years and blah blah blah. And like also in those environments it was like this vibe where they like look down on actual strippers and stuff. I'm not a stripper, but mad props and respect to all the strippers out there. But there's like this vibe in some places where it's like, I don't know, it's just a weird dynamic. If you know, you know. But this place that I went to, so good. Oh my gosh, like people were like light and happy about things. It just seemed like everybody was happy to be there and excited. There was at least one other mom in the room, which was cool, and she was dressed in a sexy outfit. I'm like, go girl, you go girl. But like some of the things I wanted to unpack are, so when I first got there, I was like a little, you know, it's my first time there. And the instructor's like, have you done a class before? I'm like, maybe like 2 or 3. And I was like, that was years ago. Literally, I think I took my last class, if it wasn't 2020, it was like 2019. So yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a hot second. And she was like, okay, well, I think most of the people in the class are like level 4 and up. Level 4? I didn't even know it went to that many levels. Like, I'm beginner 1, and it takes like a while to move through the levels. So I'm like, level 4? What the bleep am I doing here? I didn't see that disclaimer in the description. That's why I joined. But she did such a great job at like breaking down the moves for me and like, you know, being a really good instructor. She did an amazing job. But from that moment when she was like, there's level 4 people in here, like you're the only beginner, immediately I felt insecure. I felt like, what am I doing here? Let me leave. But I was like, okay, I'm here. I'm just gonna like do my best. And it was like, for them, probably not that advanced. For me, I was like, wait, I was ending up on the wrong side of the pole. I was like speeding through moves to try to get on the same level as everyone else, which is fine. That's to be expected when you're dancing with people who have been doing this. Like, this is their thing, you know, this is something that they enjoy doing, probably if not on a weekly basis, like probably multiple times a week, you know. So so that was to be expected. I didn't expect to like nail the routine 100%. Like, that's fine. Um, but one thing that stood out to me was how, like, how not sexy I felt. Like, I think my body looks pretty good. Um, but it has changed a lot. Like, there were definitely times, and I'm kind of feeling like I might cry a little bit now. There were definitely times where I felt like my body has changed a lot, and it's not bad. Like, I'm happy to have a body, you know, and a body that moves and does what I want it to do, because that's such a huge privilege. Like, a lot of able-bodied people don't realize that until they're not able-bodied anymore. But I, like, for a long time, I've realized it's a huge privilege to be able to say, okay, I want to walk here, and be able to walk there. Like, your legs are doing what your brain's telling it to do, and also to have the energy to do that. Like, there's so many. Okay, this is getting a little dark, but I'm happy about my body, the fact that I have one, the fact that it's able-bodied, and also I know that it's a smaller body, so it's like accepted by society and stuff. But like, my butt is like small. This is funny. I shouldn't be crying about this, but but sometimes when you say something, it's just like, girl, get a grip. What is going on? I don't know. I think something's up with my hormones or something. I don't know. But girl, my butt has gotten smaller, and it's not a big deal, okay? But it's still something that, like, I was looking in the mirror, I was like, why is there such a huge gap between like behind my, like, the elastic band of my pants and my back, like my lower back? There's a gap that used to be flush to the skin, okay? That used to be flush, because the booty was, I've never had a big butt, okay? There's one time that I had a big butt. That was right after I gave birth to Niall, like, about a year ago. I was like, who is she? What's all that movement back there? Literally, my butt, like, it inflated, and I was like, oh my gosh, not me with a bubble butt and nice legs. Hold on. Yeah, I had a little tummy. I had a little extra tummy after giving birth. It doesn't matter. You won't even notice that, because all that movement that was happening in the back, in the trunk. Okay? But then, like, something happened. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't taking care of myself as much as I should have been. That's kind of still the case now a little bit. But, so I wasn't working out. Like, most of my life, especially before I got pregnant with Niall, I was working out like at least 3 days a week. Excuse me. A lot of times 4 or 5 days, because that was like my time, you know, to just be by myself, do my thing, listen to music, listen to ratchet music, fight the urge to twerk while in the gym, but sometimes failing miserably and letting out a little pop. But anyway, all that to say that over the past several months, especially since living separately from Earl, haven't had as much like time alone, like away from the kids, to like work out and stuff. Like, the only days that I have like multiple hours by myself are Friday night, which sometimes that doesn't happen because sometimes Earl gets off late. Friday night, Saturday, like parts of Saturday, and then part of Sunday. So like, that's 3 days that I'm able to work out, but I'm usually like either exhausted, I'm trying to clean the house, I still work. I have to work on Saturdays, like twice a month. So the amount of time to like really take care of myself and work out the way that I like to, there's only like a small window of opportunity for that, which I'm glad that I took advantage of this class, and like, you know, took advantage of the fact that I do have Sunday mornings to myself to, you know, do a class. But I'm getting off track a little bit, but I don't work out as much as I would like to. And working out is something I really enjoy, something that makes me feel good. I love celebrating my body and like, especially what it can do for me. But my butt got smaller because one of the things that I enjoy doing while I work out is either like hiking, I like dancing, like Zumba classes and stuff, and there's like squats mixed in with that, you know. And the hiking is great for my legs and everything, but the weightlifting is something I really enjoy. I like lifting heavy weights, and that had my booty on pop. Okay, like again, never growing up my whole life never had a big booty into like up until I gave birth to Niall. I had a big booty for like a couple months. I don't know how many months. A couple months, then it started deflating because it's like, okay, you're not working out, you're not eating that much, you're breastfeeding. Did you know that breastfeeding women burn like 500 extra calories a day just from breastfeeding? So I don't know if that's just for exclusively breastfeeding, but it doesn't matter. So I was losing weight, and a lot of that weight was lost in my butt, and it like deflated, and people have noticed. Like I said, it's not a big deal. It's kind of funny when you say it out loud, like, oh my god, my butt is small. But like being in that big mirror in the pole class, and I was right up front because I was one of the last people in there, so like that was one of the only poles left, was right in front next to the instructor and everything. And like one of the things I love about this particular pole class and other pole classes like that aren't like super stuck up or like way too serious and stuff is that there's all different kinds of bodies. There's like big bodies, little bodies, short bodies, tall bodies, and everybody is like welcome, and you can tell that this is their moment where they feel like very empowered, like to wear whatever they want to wear everything they want to wear nothing that they want to wear, you know, just like I really like that about this particular environment, and pole studios like that where they're very like inclusive and like positive vibes and everything, which I think that's like most of the pole culture, at least from what I'm seeing on like Instagram and stuff. But but from one or two of the places that I've been to before, it didn't have that same vibe. But I'm glad that this one did. But anyway, I was still like in the mirror because I'm not like super comfortable on the pole, or like I've never been a sexy girl. Like I've always been cute. It's always been cute, you know, or beautiful, you know. I appreciate that, but it's never been sexy. And sometimes I want to be sexy, you know, but I just wasn't feeling like that sensual, sexy self because I feel like I was so in my head trying to get the moves right, and then also like looking in the mirror at how flat my butt is, and also like my stomach. It's like a small stomach, but there's like no muscle definition anymore. And there's like some extra skin like on my bottom tummy area. I'm like, it looks like you've had 2 kids, you know, which I have. What am I gonna do about that? My body has done some incredible things for me, and I'm proud of it. But all that's I'm talking a lot, but maybe somebody can relate out there. I just wasn't aware until this class how disconnected from my body I've become, like after having my second child, because a few years ago when I tried my first pole class, I think Nala was like 2. Yeah, Nala was like 2 at the time. Well, that's probably part of it too. But I just automatically felt like sexy and flirty and cute, and I mean, not that sexy, but like, you know, like I wasn't uncomfortable. Today I was like, get me out of here. I was like, I'm not being sexy. I don't know what I'm doing with my body. The mood, like, I don't know. So I think all of that being said, and also I just had another epiphany. I did those pole classes, even though it was like my first class ever, when Nala was 2. So I had already been postpartum for 2 whole years. So that gave me some time to like start getting back into my body, you know. Niles at 1. He just turned 1 a couple weeks ago. So it's like he, I mean, I've only been the only person in my body for the past year. So I need to cut myself some slack. Like, you're not going to feel 100% like yourself again like that. Sometimes it takes a while. And I think what I want to do, because this class was only $15 and my job gives us $60 a month to, you know, take fitness classes, do fitness related stuff, because I'm a personal trainer online. And I haven't been using that like fitness stipend because I haven't been doing really that much fitness stuff. I've gone on a couple walks. I went to the gym like literally a couple times in the past month, just because I haven't had the time to. And when I say that, I really mean it. Like, when Earl gets off of work, it's like late at night, and I don't, with Niles like condition and stuff, with his health issues, I don't feel 100% comfortable like leaving him with everybody, like even at the gym if there's a kids club. Maybe as he's getting a little bit older, because he is starting to get better and stuff. Thank you, Jesus. His epilepsy, I think, is gone. The last EEG, his EEG came back normal, which meant no more epilepsy. So they'll redo it to make sure that's the case. But he's like off his steroids. His immunity should be coming back, you know, slowly but surely. But all that to say, I don't always feel comfortable leaving him with people if I were to like go to the gym. And also childcare is extremely expensive. So yeah, I haven't been using that like stipend, but I decided like, okay, this is like a dream come true to have like that amount of money to go towards like fitness related things. I love that kind of stuff. I just need to start taking initiative and doing it. So I'm glad that I booked this class, and came here. And I think with all of that talk that I just gave you, it really showed me that I need to take some more of these classes. And nobody was pressuring me or anything, but I think I really do need to take more of these classes and like start to rebuild like my connection to my body and my like level of confidence in my body too, because I have a beautiful body, but I was just like, I don't know, just looking in the mirror, like there's things that I like about my body. I like the shape of it, but I'm just like, that skin though on the belly, like tighten it up. That booty, where is it? Yeah, I just need to cut myself some slack and like start infusing more positive self-talk. I think I'm about to listen to some positive affirmations. I think I'm just gonna start saying some positive affirmations. Do it with me. Do it with me. Okay, are you ready? Let's do this. Positive affirmations like saved my life when I was pregnant with Niall. Yeah, they definitely saved my life. I was dealing with like major depression at that time, because that was not what I had expected or like envisioned for my life, to have like multiple kids. But positive affirmations really helped me like see the positive in it and like actually start looking forward to having 2 kids and stuff, and not dreading my life every day, because life is so precious. Like, the fact that we're alive right now is like a miracle. And then like you're in the body that you're in, it's a miracle. Especially if people have different levels of like bad experiences and trauma and like yeah, stuff like that. But like, especially if you've had like some really great experiences in your body, like traveling to new places, meeting new people, all this stuff, that's so cool. That's so cool. I just want to be grateful for that every day. I don't always feel like that, but like I really want to tap into that more, just that level of gratitude. Like, I really a lot. Listening to a near-death experience really helped helped me, like, with just being like, man, I'm in a body right now. I can move it however I want. I have the privilege. I have the ability to like do this. I went to a rave and there's like a girl with or a person. I don't know if it was a girl or a boy or a they, but they had like the lasers and it was like hypnotizing people. It was so cool. I can do this with my fingers. I have fingers. Ah, that's so cool. Okay, so let's do some positive affirmations. I am beautiful. Repeat it. I am beautiful. I am connected to my body. I am connected to my body. I feel at peace with my body. My hormones are acting up, guys. I don't know what's going on. Just ignore that. I feel at peace with my body. Sometimes you have to speak it into existence, like, even if you don't believe it, or like, especially when you say something and your voice like starts shaking, like, girl, I don't know if we believe that. That's when you got to keep saying it. That's when you got to like really hone it in, like, no, we about to believe this. I am introspective. I am introspective. I can say that one with ease, because clearly I am. I am self-aware. I am self-aware. It's okay to like be super in tune with your feelings and stuff. And it's great that I'm like taking a moment to talk about my feelings, because sometimes I feel like I don't take enough time to process stuff. And I think that's why I have so much like emotions, like not maybe like pent up a little bit, because I've gone through so much. Everybody says that. And it's valid. If you feel like you've gone through a lot, you've gone through a lot. I've gone through so much in the past, like, how long is that? Heck, the past, like, 9 months, I guess. And I feel like I was really living in survival mode. Just because I knew, like, girl, you don't have time to have a major breakdown right now. You need to figure out what is going on with Niall's health. You need to save his development, because it was that serious. You need to still be present for your daughter, Nala. You need to like make sure that she's still doing things that she enjoys. Make sure that she's got all of her, you know, appointments up to date. I was really trying to hold it down with like no money. Except for like literally, thanks God, appreciate it for putting people in my life that help. Mama, daddy, Samari, my brother, in-laws, random family members. Like, they really gave and like held me up at that time. Like, so for those who don't know, in July our car had broken down. Earl lost his job. We couldn't afford to get the car fixed. My mama let us use her car. She still is, thankfully. My relationship with Earl started really breaking down, even more. It's getting better now. Yes, it's getting better. Sometimes you just need that space. You gotta know what you need and demand it. So it was that. My, let's see. My aunt passed from stage 4 cancer, which was a whole nother thing, because why didn't they catch it until it was stage 4? And she was in and out the hospital all the time. It's because she was a black lady. Which was frustrating on so many accounts. along with just missing her spirit. And I still feel her spirit, but just missing her being here. She's like the number one cheerleader for everybody. Like, I remember like things that I would think is like not a big deal, and I told her this before she left, um, and I hope that she heard me. I think she did, and I've told her this before when she was doing well. Like little things that I didn't think would be a big deal, she would really celebrate. Like I drove from, I used to live in Dallas, and I would drive to Round Rock to visit my mama where she was living at the time. You drove all the way from Dallas to Round Rock by yourself? Yes, ma'am. Ooh! I didn't think it was a big deal. I love like just doing stuff on my own, you know. But she would always just celebrate me, and then like I started realizing like, Sierra, that is like a big deal for some people. Like, yeah, don't be afraid. She taught me like to celebrate the little things too. Lost her. The next week, lost my job. I got laid off along with 500 other people. And then got unemployment. And then they said I owe them thousands of dollars. What? I lost my job. I'm telling the truth. Kept getting denied for food stamps, even though we really, really needed it. Niall started having spasms after he got SHOTS. Is like the next day he started having like spasms, and it turned out to be infantile spasms. So I scheduled a neurologist appointment for that, the soonest one I could find, which was like 2 or 3 weeks from when it started. We went to a doctor and he had no idea what it was. He's like, it seems fine. Niall was crying nonstop because the spasms, they're involuntary like spasms. He'd go like this and then start crying. He was having seizures, and the doctor was like, oh, he looks fine. I was like, and he was like, why is he crying though? I was like, that's why we came here. We don't know what is going on. And he was like, oh, give that baby a bottle and change his diaper. I am the bottle. You just saw him drinking milk. His diaper was changed right before we came in here. There's something wrong. So I'm grateful that I like stuck to my gut. Right when we walked out, I was like, Earl, we need a second opinion. So we found another doctor, our normal doctor. And he was like, it looks like some kind of seizure. I'll get you a neurology referral. But luckily, thankfully, thanks God, that was him too. I had scheduled the neurology appointment without a referral. Like, I had already scheduled it. I was trying to see if I could get in somewhere sooner, which that didn't happen. But usually you always need a referral in order to see a neurologist. For some reason, I was able to just call, schedule the appointment, and we were in there like on the appointment day, like at the end of October. And anybody out there, I know I've been like talking a lot. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna keep or what. If you're still listening, shout out to you. But I feel like we're just talking, like we're just on FaceTime talking to each other. Even though I'm kind of telling you my whole life story right now. But if you have a baby that is having infantile spasms, like involuntary muscle spasms, where it looks like that's serious. You should go to the ER. You should go to the ER right away. It's called infantile spasms. It's a rare form of epilepsy. If it's not treated within the first 2 or 3 weeks of it happening, it can compromise their entire development. They can like never develop. So basically they can be 40 years old, still like in baby mode, not able to brush their teeth, not able to walk, not able to like talk, obviously, not able to do anything if it goes untreated, or if the treatment doesn't work. Thankfully, Niall's treatment did work. He had to go on an extremely high dose of steroids. to where the pharmacist was like, I'm not going to give this medicine to you until I talk with the neurologist and make sure that this is right. We also went through some drama with the neurologist. That sucks. But the neurologist did know what they were talking about and stuff. But there were just some moments of that communication could have been better. I'll just leave it at that. And then he had an MRI done, stopped breathing during the MRI. They had to I think they had to intubate, put a tube. I don't know exactly what they did. That moment it's not even real that happened. And the doctor, I started crying because they brought us back and I was thinking, oh, they got done fast. He stopped breathing on the operating table. What? And she was like, well, he never lost his pulse. Is that the only good thing about what's happening right now? He could have died. And then it turned out he wasn't even supposed to get an MRI. That is one of the things that I'm like, I need therapy to process that, because I'm just like, I don't know. So that, and then struggling with everything, moving separately, being in and out of the hospital for Niall, having to stay for days and days, his thumb getting swollen and infected to where I was like, I think I have to cut his thumb off. Him getting adrenal insufficiency, so much stuff. And then Nala also getting sick sometimes, not to that level, but I think from the stress of whenever we were in the hospital 2 times. One of the times it was 4 days, the other time it was 5 days. People under 18, kids, are not allowed on the hospital floor that we were on either time. One time we were in the ICU, one time we were in the pediatric surgery unit. So Nala had to stay with family, which is cool. I trust the family and everything. She's used to being with me almost all the time. And just her stress that she had to go through, and I've hated putting her through that. Yeah. Moving out, getting a new job, having moments where I sucked at it, still battling depression and anxiety. There's just so much to process. And I did reach out to my old therapist though, because thankfully I think I have not a whole lot of money, but some money to dedicate to that, to my mental health, kind of to sacrifice some money for that, because I'm still not balling yet is the key word. Yeah, I'm kind of just talking a lot. If you want to listen, I hope that it was, I don't know, interesting for you, or that you connected or related with something. But now I feel like I'm finally heading to the end of the tunnel, where I'm okay, I'm in my own place now. I overall feel happier most of the time. I still have depressed moments / weeks. Yeah, it still happens. But overall, I feel things are starting to fall into place a little bit more, and I'm feeling a little bit more excited for the future. And like I said, me and Earl's relationship, I believe, is improving. We've been talking about moving abroad and stuff, which that's been a goal of mine for a long time. I wanted to do it before I turned 30. I wanted to do it for at least a year before I turned 30. That didn't happen, and that's okay, because I'm still alive. So as long as I'm alive, that means I have another chance to do it. So that's been exciting. starting to get into like my routine, and having like 3 days, not 3 whole days, but parts of 3 days like completely to myself to do whatever I want to do has been incredible. And yeah, so lots of things, lots of emotions came up from doing my Slinky Sexy pole class. That's another thing that I love about that. You guys, tell me to hang up, because I'm not going to hang up if I'm not told to right now. But like emotions, so many emotions are stored in our hips, and because like we were doing some hip rolls and stuff, that's kind of cute. I like that a little bit. Since we were doing so many hip rolls and stuff, I feel like a lot of emotions started coming up, because like I do a little tiny twerk here and there at home, but I don't really be twerking as much as I like feel like I should to my core. I don't dance as much as I feel like I should to my core, because I'm there with my kiddos, you know. Which that shouldn't stop anything. They deserve the most joyous version of their mom. They deserve to see me happy, living my best life. But I feel like because I haven't moved my hips or my body that much, a lot of emotions have just been like stored, and I feel like by doing those little hip rolls and everything, they're just coming out. And I just felt like even before the class is over, I started feeling like the need to cry. This has happened before in yoga. We did a lot of hip opening stretches and like mobility, flexibility stuff, and I cried in class. And also at that time I was like really like in the thick of it. It was like that November time frame where it's like we're going to the hospital a lot. We're like just super prayerful every day, which I'm still thankful every day, but like, okay, this is day 3 of no spasms. This is day 4 of no spasm. We hope that like it stays like that. But yeah, all that to say, I'm thankful for this class. I'm thankful for the instructor. Thankful for this studio. Thankful for the positive energy of all of the people that were in class. I'm thankful for my voice. I'm thankful for my body. I'm thankful for my ability to express my emotions. I'm thankful for having people who want to listen. I'm thankful for all the love that I have in my life. I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for the universe. I'm thankful for the Holy Spirit. I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for creation. I'm thankful for nature. I'm so thankful. That sounded a little nasty at the end. Maybe I am getting a little sexy. Yeah. Just kidding. Well, yeah. Take it how you want to take it. But yeah, I think I'm done talking for now. I feel like I got a lot out. I'm thankful for Niall's health, that he no longer has epilepsy. Thankful for Nolly. She's 6 years old. She's so smart. She's so brilliant. So good at expressing herself. So much personality. I'm grateful for the relationship Nala and Niall have with each other. They really love each other. They're like the brother and sister duo that could rival the #1 brother and sister duo, which is me and my brother, Samari. And I'm just like so excited and so grateful. Like a year ago, I had no idea so much stuff would happen. And like 6 months ago, I didn't really see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like with Niall's health, with my marriage, with like just our whole family dynamic, with my life. Didn't see it coming, but I'm grateful for it all now. Now, don't get any funny ideas. I don't want any more I don't want any more struggle life. Soft life me, please, Lord. Soft life me up. Soft life me. Thank ya. Woo! Yes. You gotta be soft lifed up sometimes, guys. I did a lot of struggling. I did a lot of hard work. I had the team on my back. I'm ready to put the team on somebody else's lap, okay? And I think I've been doing that more too, because I'm trying to like embody my divine feminine, my goddess that's within. She's within too, okay? Tap in to your divine feminine. Yes. I crack myself up. I love spending time by myself. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you don't have kids and you can literally just do whatever you want every day, what? Do you realize like how much of a superpower that is? Like, and don't get me wrong, I know that everybody has like different struggles. You can be child free and still like not have the energy to do the things that you like might want to do and stuff. But if you do have that energy, and plus, not saying everybody with no kids is rich, because I know that like I get pretty nice tax return and stuff thanks to the kids, but like live your life, like especially if you tick those boxes. You ain't got no kids, you got little coins, even if it's a little coins, live it up. We're here for a short time. Like, that's the beauty of our human life. Why am I getting a little esoteric with it? The beauty of our human life, and I heard this on Pinocchio, like the Guillermo del Toro's version of Pinocchio, and I don't know if I said that name right, but like the goddess of death, or I don't know what she was, some kind of like creature that was like, maybe, was it hell, purgatory, I don't know, whatever, that's where like people went when they died. And she was like, the wait, what is it, it's like, the beauty of life is that it's finite. I don't know if that's exactly what she said, but basically the fact that it's short. Like, even if you live a long life, even if you live like 100 years old, that still can go by like that if we're not like really tapped in and like making sure that we're expressing our gratitude and staying present as possible in the current moment, which I know there's so many obstacles like going against that, like with capitalism, that we have to like, you don't have to, but if you don't want to be like living on the streets, you kind of do have to tap into a little bit of capitalism in order to like live a life that is a little bit more comfortable. And honestly, personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to live a comfortable life. Don't dumb it down. Like, to want to be able to live where you want to live in a safer part of town if possible, or at least a place that you feel safer, because anything can happen anywhere to anybody. But like that sense of security, if you're like already on edge, like, I feel like that's not a good vibrational match for like positive happenings in your life. Anyway, I'm just talking about stuff. I don't even remember where I was going with that point. I'm going to the coffee shop to finish my work, and then I really want to go on a hike. And if I have time after that, I think I'm gonna clean my house. But I definitely want to do the first two things. So thank you so much for listening. If you made it through, shout out to you. You're a real one. I want to know what's going on in your life. Like, what's something you've overcome lately? Or like in your life, what's something that you overcame that you didn't think at the time, you weren't too sure about it, you know? And now you like are more equipped for living the life that you want to live now. If that makes sense. I feel like because so much happened in the past year, I just want to live my life, man. I just want to enjoy the heck out of it. When I'm on my deathbed, if I can say anything, I want to say, bro, that was so much fun. Run it back. Now after this, I think I'm ready to ascend to nirvana, ready to go to heaven, ready to like become one fully with the universe. Um, but I feel like I've learned a lot in this life, especially over the past year. Like the level of growth, I feel like the growth is about to happen. I feel like I've grown a lot. I've made it through so much like stress and like just being overwhelmed every day basically, and like also having to hold down my family, my kids, yeah, and a lot more than that too. But I feel like as I'm like breathing, really exhaling, and like feel like over the past year my shoulders have been up here. I feel like I'm finally able to like ease them down away from my ears, you know? So I feel like with this, like getting into therapy again, getting into a little bit more of a routine on the days that I have off away from my kids, and like pouring into myself more, I think that's really going to be a game changer for growth. I feel like all this stuff has happened so that I'm able to grow, and then like, so it's like the seed is good, and then like the soil, like all of those challenges and stuff like went into the soil and made it like high quality soil. And I feel like my therapy, I feel like my journaling, or even this, if this becomes something I really enjoy, just talking to the camera about my feelings, that building up my relationships, especially my relationship with myself, doing things I enjoy, going on my hikes, taking fun dance classes or fitness classes, getting back into the gym, drinking my water, minding my biz. One day I'm overrated, Tuesday on my flip-flopping ass. Fan me off my Rico. Fan me off, I'm hot like stolen Chanel. Lock me up in jail. Cuff me please, cause this ain't fair. Dripping my curls like Coco Chanel. Uncle Johnny made my dress that cheap spandex. She looks a mess. Fan me off, I'm hot like stolen Chanel. Lock me up in jail. Fingertips go tap tap on the NPC, making this gold track. Uncle Johnny made my dress that cheap spandex. She looks a mess. Okay, sorry guys. But putting all that cool stuff into the soil, like as water, it's water. Like all the therapy, the journaling, the working on myself, all that is water that is gonna hit the soil. It's gonna permeate through to the seed, and it's gonna blossom. Look, this is such a beautiful mudra. Is this not beautiful? Shout out to the South Asians for this. I saw this on this music video by what is her name? Is it Uma? You guys, I gotta look it up. She did that song with Usher. I think it was called Crush, like years ago. She's from, I want to say Malaysia, but they had the girls dancing on there, and like they did this one mudra where it was like, it's a flower. Is that not beautiful? I might not be doing it right, but anyway, me. Okay, right now, I'm the seed in the ground that's had all of these opportunities of growth, like all these opportunities to enrich my soil, my soul, and all of the processing and pouring into myself as water is gonna make me grow. Blossom to a beautiful, eternal flower, like a flower that is just like always there, or like a tree, like evergreen. That's just, it's gonna be green no matter what. Okay, it's lived long enough, it's gonna be green no matter what. Throw whatever you want at it, try to cut it down, it's still gonna be green. Yeah, wow. This is so fun. I've just been talking. Okay, bye. I hope y'all have a wonderful, abundant, blessed day full of so many like beautiful experiences. Yes, that feels so good. Do you guys just like, this is why I have to live in a sunny place. When it's sunny, this is me. This is all of me, like the good, the bad, the happy. Yeah, I hope that y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, so abundant day full of gratitude and joy. And I want to leave you with one last affirmation, which is one of my favorites from the OG of the Law of Attraction community on YouTube, Leor Alexandra. It's this. Repeat after me. My value is inherent. I do not need to do anything to earn it. It is always there. One more time. My value is inherent. I didn't do anything to earn it. It is always there. Yes. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.